Okay, now for those of us that are watching that usually go thrifting, we all know that Monday, especially Monday morning, is probably one of the best times to go to the thrift store. Because the weekend is when they're still accepting items, but then they don't restock anything. And Monday morning is when they go ahead and restock a whole lot of stuff. So you know dang well there's going to be a lot of good stuff there on Monday. I just happened to be off one Monday, and so I went to Value Village. And during that visit, I saw a massive monitor, and they were selling it for $30. So I look up the model, and I realize that this monitor is a 1440p 144Hz monitor, which is insane for $30 Canadian. And then I try to turn it on, it turns on, good enough for me. It's 30 bucks, might as well buy it. So we take it home, and I set it up. There we go, I just got this monitor from Value Village. Look at that, 30 bucks. I still have that 4K monitor on the ground. It's a 4K 60. Now, let's put this monitor in here. This is a 1080 240, and this is another monitor I got from Value Village about 2 years ago at this point, and that is 15 bucks. This table is just a mess. It's a WUXGA monitor. Look at this old pin I made when I first started my stupid YouTube channel. I didn't even do any math on it. Oh, there we go.
Hey, it's working.
So this monitor is a Dell S2716DG monitor. It is a full 2560 by 1440 144Hz panel, and it's also 27 inches. It's a pretty good monitor, but is it perfect? No. First of all, it's not an IPS panel, it's a TN panel. It does look pretty good for a TN panel, like the viewing angles are not that bad. The colors by default are a little bit washed out, but this monitor has a lot more problems. Because I noticed not too long after I turned on the monitor when I got it, that there's a weird pattern that shows up on the display. If you look up close, you can see there's these weird lines that aren't supposed to be there. I think I might just not be figuring out why it's $30. It turns out that is a common issue with TN panels as they age, especially with higher refresh rates. They begin to show weird scan line artifacts. Sadly, those lines don't completely disappear at lower resolutions. Like if I switch it to 60 Hertz, like it'll probably disappear. No, it doesn't. What? Now, I've been using this monitor as my main monitor, and I've noticed that setting the refresh rate to 144 Hz sort of shocks the pixels in there and makes the scanline artifacts more obvious. But then I realized when I set it to 100 Hz, the scanline artifacts slowly start to disappear. And one day, this happened. Alright, it's been a while since I've used this monitor, and this monitor is having me thinking that the lines fixed themselves, because if I look up super close, I really cannot see the scan lines anymore on this 1440 monitor. I've been using it at just 100 Hertz. Holy sh! I really cannot see any scan lines on this monitor. It really does seem like it fixed itself. I'm really trying to see them. I cannot. The artifacts are completely gone now. I'm only using it at 100 Hertz, and I don't want to switch to a refresh rate above that, so now this is just a 1440p 100 Hertz monitor instead of 144 Hertz. Yeah, it's perfectly usable. It's probably one of the best TN panels I've ever seen in my life, but still obviously not IPS. Also, something interesting about TN panels, they actually do have benefits. TN panels are really good when it comes to stuck pixels. IPS panels, my IPS 240 Hz monitor has a stuck pixel, and it's been there ever since I got it, Christmas 2021, and it's still there.
240 Hz. This is so smooth. Oh my god. Oh, there's a dead pixel.
But TN panels are very good when it comes to stuck pixels. All you do is tap it a few times, it starts flickering, and then it shuts off. On this monitor, that actually had a small stuck pixel problem, but all I had to do was tap on the screen a couple times, pixel starts flickering, and then not too long after, it's gone and it never shows up again. That's one of the best parts about a TN panel, is that they're so good with stuck pixels. IPS, you don't have that luxury. Now, I did make a YouTube short about this monitor about a week ago. In the comment section of that YouTube short that I made, I said it's a TN, and someone said, oh, I could immediately tell colors are genuinely trash. So I took matters into my own hands, and I tried to calibrate the display and see how good I can get the colors. And I'm watching reviews of this monitor, and there are people in the description that are saying like, oh, use this NVIDIA profile, use these monitor settings. And I found that those monitor settings, I've been using them for a little bit. It's a bit too artificial color, so I turned it down a little bit, and now the colors actually look pretty good. So now I'm gonna do a comparison in between this TN panel and this IPS monitor. Just see how close this TN panel even gets. I'm actually curious. So yeah, quite happy with this purchase. So yeah, I've just been using this as my main monitor. The upgrade to 1440p is very nice. There's a lot more space on the display, and using it right beside the 1080p 24-inch monitor is actually pretty interesting, because even though this monitor is smaller, this monitor still has a lower pixel density, so you can see individual pixels more clearly. It's also quite interesting looking at this 1440p monitor and looking at the 1080p monitor and going, how the heck did I live with this for so long? If you've been watching my channel for a while, you may know that a lot of the videos that I've been posting onto my channel have been edited on a 19-year-old laptop. And those videos are filmed and edited in 720p, converted to 1080p before I upload the videos. And on the 1080p monitor, the videos look fine. Alright, they do look a little bit soft, they do look a little bit compressed. On the 1440p monitor, those videos look really bad. Like, really bad. It actually surprised me how bad my videos look on this 1440p monitor when they look fine on the 1080p monitor. So yeah, it makes me not want to edit any more videos on that old Dell Inspiron 1501. I do edit videos on that laptop. I'm gonna make a video about that in the future, about editing my videos on a 19-year-old laptop. Also, another benefit with switching to a 1440p monitor, there's so much screen real estate. My laptop has a 1080p display, so if my desktop also has a 1080p display, just larger, it doesn't feel like I'm using a bigger device just because it's the same screen resolution. Do I wish I could put the refresh rate higher? Yeah. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you loved it, please subscribe, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Bye!